All right, so we hope that quick report helps. It's time now to bring in our tax expert. Suresh Surana will answer some of the questions you sent in on tax. Suresh, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you.
Chandra has written in, he bought land in Chennai in his wife's name. He now wants to sell it and buy 2 flats, one in his name and the other one on his wife's name. He wants to know how he should go about making this transaction and how much tax he's going to have to pay on it. Now, Suresh, he hasn't told us when he bought that plot of land in order for us to calculate whether or not he'll have to pay long-term capital gains tax on it. But given both of the options, what would you recommend he does?
Mr. Chandra, under section 54F, if your wife sells the plot and if she invests the sale proceeds in a residential house property, she can claim the exemption. The house has to be purchased within a period of 2 years from the date of sale or constructed within 3 years from the date of sale. The house has to be owned by your wife in order to be able to claim the exemption. And it is only one house which will be eligible for exemption. There is a tribunal judgment in case of Sushila Javeri that if there are 2 adjacent houses but they are used as one integrated house with a common passage and common kitchen, then it will be treated as one house. But 2 separate houses otherwise are not eligible. As far as in case you are purchasing the second house in your name, it will not be eligible for the purpose of exemption. The only thing it can be done is that your wife can give that amount to you and then you can purchase the other house, and it will be subject to the clubbing provisions. If you want your name to be added just as a joint holder of the flats, that is possible, but the 100% beneficial interest must belong to your wife to claim the exemption under section 54F.
Our next question is from Venkata Mahesh, who writes in from Bangalore. He bought the IDFC long-term infra bonds for 20,000 rupees last year, got a tax exemption under section 80CCF. He wants to know, will he have to pay income tax on the gains he receives on maturity? Suresh.
Mr. Venkat, the IDFC bonds had 2 different types of series. One was the non-cumulative, which means that the interest is paid every year. It is not cumulated. And the second series was which was cumulative series. Now, in case of non-cumulative series, you will be getting interest every year, which will be taxed every year. And on maturity, which is a 5 years period, the bond is a 5-year bond, you will be getting the amount which you invested back. So there is no question of any capital gain at that point in time. As far as the cumulative bonds are concerned, you will not be receiving interest every year, but you will be receiving on the maturity at the time of 5 years, the entire amount, which will include the principal amount and also the accumulated interest. That is treated as a long-term capital gain because you are holding the bond at that point in time for more than 12 months. And in that case, you will not be getting benefit of indexation, but the long-term capital gain will be taxed at the rate of 20.6%.
Time for one more question. Shashwat has written in. He's 28 years old with an annual income of 6 lakh rupees. Now, he tells us he took a health cover for his mother with an annual premium of 15,000. His mother paid the first premium and all other premiums have been paid by him. He wants to know if he's eligible for the 80D tax benefit. Also, he tells us, Suresh, the proposer's name on the policy is his mother's. Should he also have that changed so he can claim that tax benefit? Suresh.
Mr. Shashwat, as far as the first question is concerned, the 15,000 rupees what you will be making payment for the parents' Mediclaim policy is eligible for deduction under section 80D, whether the parent is dependent or not. So there is no issue on that front. On the second question, the policy is in the name of your mother and the subsequent installments will be now paid by you. So that also will be eligible. There is no condition that the policy should be in your name. The policy or the proposer could continue to be your mother. And for the first installment which is paid by your mother, the mother can claim the deduction. The remaining 3 installments what you are paying, it can be claimed by you as a deduction provided you are paying out of your taxable income. That is the only condition under the section. You don't need to change the policy.
All right, so that's a wrap on this show. Suresh, thank you so much for answering our questions. Remember, if you have questions about anything to do with your money, send us an email on the email ID at the bottom of your screen. Also, I'm going to remind you one more time, the Managing Director of CIBIL is going to be in the studio answering questions about your credit rating. So if you have a problem with your credit rating or you have a question, send it to us and we'll ask him those questions when he's in the studio. Thanks for watching Investors Guide this week. Stay tuned to ET Now.